Okay, we are now streaming, so now I can share this screen. Priya, I'm sorry about that. And then we can take
That's
it over
totally
for those
fine.
who are not able to make it. For those who are just coming in, this is Priya, all the way from India, representing Culture Holidays for our upcoming Bali trip. For any questions that you guys may have, we're going to go over the itinerary, and she's going to, you know, provide the information in detail. And if you guys have any questions to include at the end, we'll go through the FAQs about the currency, what the currency is, and that kind of thing, and the ATM cash exchange, and what recommendations you have. Again, I'm taking myself out of the way and bringing on a subject matter expert so that you can get your questions answered if you have never been to Bali or thinking about doing a trip to Bali on your own. As you guys know, every Wednesday we curate these trips for future, and we're currently working on 2026, and we just kind of changed around the itinerary. I know the one young lady that's on the line right now, that's Miss Lady J. We met up last year and she got a chance to go, and she's also doing a Bali trip as well. So again, if you use Culture Holidays, I have not ever used Culture Holidays. This will be an opportunity to get your questions answered. I'm going to share the screen again and go into the itinerary. And as I stated before, I will also have the Bali guide for you guys to put in here for you to see. Here we go. Let's see. Can you guys see the Bali itinerary, or you see the guide? What do you see?
See the itinerary.
Yes, I can see it.
The itinerary. Okay. So as Ms. Priya just discussed, was day one, arriving at the airport and making sure that the driver for Culture Holidays will be there and have everybody's telephone numbers so that they can communicate. One of the questions that I know that I get about this is we have a certain time that for everyone's arrival, Priya. We used to kind of generally get it in a group. If there are people who do not make that time, as I've seen others come into Bali arriving late, what do you do, or what can they do to make sure that they're picked up?
Yes, we can provide like multiple transfers, but in case of split transfers, there will be an additional charge applicable. So we can arrange those things on additional charges
Okay,
because
so
we generally provide one common arrival and one common departure transfer for the group.
absolutely. What time do you recommend would be a good time for the group for pickup arriving into Bali?
See, generally it's good if they are arriving in the afternoon, or maybe till morning 11 to 12 p.m. because the check-in time is 3 p.m. So if they arrive too early, they have to wait in the hotel lobby. So that also I cannot suggest you. And if
Oh,
they arrive late in the evening, they lose the whole day. So that's why we always suggest to come around afternoon, maybe
afternoon.
12 or 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. so that evening they can have at leisure.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Yes.
All right, so that's our day one arrival. So you heard it. If you're coming from the continental United States, even coming from Costa Rica, you have to leave a day early in order to get
Yes.
there. Can you speak on that, Priya?
Sorry.
Can you speak on how they should leave a day before versus the
Yes,
day
it
of?
depends. It depends on the flight timings. It depends. Like if they'll have to check how much time it's taking from their city to Bali. Generally, it takes around 25 to 30 hours depending on the city. So they'll have to check. I'm not sure, but if you can provide the like airport names, I can check it.
Oh, good. Awesome. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Let me get my little notepad and my pen.
Because I understand everyone will be departing from different airport.
Right.
Yes.
I definitely will send that. Hmm. All right. Okay, so that's day one of our arrival, everyone. So day two is our fun in the sun, oh, I'm sorry, this is the wrong itinerary. Wait 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna tell off the bat.
And one more thing, it does not matter if they arrive too early in the morning or midnight or afternoon. We can arrange transfers for them. But generally, we suggest to arrive like during the afternoon.
Mhm. And if you, okay, yes. Check when about the travel, that's constantly have questions, issues. Okay, that's a good question, Lamanda, and we'll come back to that question. Absolutely. Any other questions you guys put in the chat? I am going to check the chat as well. Okay, here we go. All right, so now going down, we talked about the day one. Now day two is Nasa Penida. We'll be coming from a place called Nasadwa in Bali, which is kind of close. And I'm gonna have Miss Priya share more about how the Nasa Penida adventure works.
See, it's kind of island tour. So there will be 2, 3 islands which we cover during this tour. So you will be picked up from the hotel and you will be taken to those islands. But it's not like we will take you to the island. Like you can see it from far away and take pictures. There are certain points there where our guide will take you to.
This is an all-day tour, correct, Miss Priya?
Yes, it will take a full day.
A full day. What do you recommend for walking for shoes?
Say, as per I know, this tour requires a lot of walking. So those who are, who don't want to walk or who don't want a hectic tour, they can skip this because it's kind of hectic and a lot of walking is required.
Thank you for saying that, Priya. So if they can skip this tour, will we be able to provide alternate experience for individuals who
Yes,
can't like walking?
I'll have to check. We can provide 2 separate tours on the same day for 2 groups, but I'll have to know the number of people like who are interested for this tour and who are interested for the alternate. So we can arrange this.
All right, so everyone understand this. So Nassau Panini is a very hard tour. I mean,
Yes,
I have back issues and every kind of broken body thing syndrome, if you want to imagine. I was able to do it, but I had to do it privately because you have to be able to keep up with the group. When the group moves, you have to move with the group as well. So that's why I did
exactly.
it privately, because I didn't know how the pace was going to be. And I am glad that I did, because there were times where I had to take a longer break than most others, that was just my thing based off of my physicality of my body and my limitations. So that's why, I mean, I'll do it again. I've done it a couple of times and it's a great tour. But again, if you have someone who's keep wanting to keep up with the group, it may not be advantageous for them. So I am so glad that Priya pointed out that if you have someone like that in your group and they still want to experience Bali, but this activity might be a little bit more for them, to be able to offer an alternate experience. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, I also want to throw in there, and Priya, she did say this, but I want to make it clear because when I booked this trip, I did not understand that we were not going to the beach. And every day my tour guide that I had, his name was Guna and he was amazing. Um, we would go over, like by the end of the day, we would go over what's going on the next day. So the day before we went on this trip, he was running down what we're doing the next day, and I was planning to have like bathing suits. And that's when he told me, like, oh, well, you don't actually go to the beach though. So for anybody thinking that this is a beach day, it's not a beach day. You're gonna go to the dock, they're gonna put you on a boat, and then they're gonna take you across yonder. And then there's a car ride that you have to get on to get to the location. So it's a journey, but you don't touch the beach. You only can see it from above.
Yes,
Absolutely.
correct.
That is good. And thanks, Jay, for saying that. Here, right here, this little part right here, this beach little area, it has over 1,000 steps going down and coming up. So there is a reason why you don't get to go and touch this particular beach. The other one, the one in the middle, to get access to beach is mostly by like another little boat. But those are also additional things, because like Jay said, you won't get there. And this one right here that takes the stairs, oh, it's gonna take you a minute. And the tour it starts at 8 and the last ferry, no, starts at 7. The first ferry is at 7 a.m. and then the last ferry is at 5 o'clock p.m. So they got to get as much as they can in. So Priya, can you speak on how that there's a time limit to this excursion because of the ferries coming in and out?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get your point.
That there's a time limit on this tour because the ferries start at 7 a.m. and the last ferry has to be back at 5 p.m.
Yes, I think so. There is time restrictions. It
Mhm.
depends on the ferry and availability of the ferry. There are various ferries there, but we pre-book it actually.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to follow the timings.
Miss Renette, want to know, okay, alternate tours, if they are available, do you do alternate recommendations if this tour, someone can't do this tour?
I'll check. Let me first check what are included in this itinerary, and then I'll see what else can be included.
Okay, that's a great question. Thanks, Miss Renette. Okay, all right. And Amanda, I'm gonna get to your question at the end because I think that's a good closeout question too. All right, so now everyone understands that, Nasa Penita's op-tempo is a little moderate to high when it comes to activity with lots of walking. So make sure that when you have your clients that if you have your client information form, make sure you put on your client information form, are there any limitations? Because you're probably like, well, how am I going to know? On your client information form, if you just add that to it, or if you're doing a Zoom with your clients or frequently asked questions type deal, just make sure it's annotated somewhere in there so that they'll be able to know what type of walking and how much walking, so they can get a clear understanding and picture as well. And as travel advisors, I want you guys to do your due diligence as well too. If you go to Viator, however you want to say it, tomato, go there and look at any other excursions that you may see. And cultural holidays have been great to mirror those same exact excursions that you can do. You would just have to let Priya or myself know, or you can contact her directly. Here with Nasa Penita, there's 2 sides to this island. So I've done both tours, okay? One side is all three of these beautiful Instagrammable content pictures, but there's also the other side, East and West. And don't give me the line because I forget which one is which, but the other side has the treehouse on it where you can just go and you have content, and it's a different beach as well that's easier to get to than it's this one. So say for instance, you still want to go to Nasa Penita, you can still go, but like Priya said, if you can't do this side, then we can give you the other option to do the lesser, more walking, because it's on the same island, but one's more walking than the other one is, if that makes sense. Any other questions about day 2? Okay. Day 3. Now, Jay was specifically talking about the beach. Well, could be your beach day, but it's definitely your spa day. So can you talk about what we're going to do for the spa day, Miss Priya?
Generally, we provide like 2 hours of spa, as I previously added to the itinerary, like 1 hour massage and 1 hour flower bath will be there. But since you requested for special package, I think I have provided you the details
Mhm.
where it is for 3 hours, and I'll have to check the breakdown.
Yep, it is for 3 hours. This is an example of what the spa room looks like. You have a foot washing. This is what that looks like. This is the custom flower bath, because I did ask for Cultural Holidays to put the custom package for the flower bath to be designed for you, because I know when Jay's experience and my first experience, we got these little petals in the water and we were like, what? And so I wanted to be very clear. So understand you can customize your packages with Cultural Holidays. So I simply I was used to this spa going with them with Cultural Holidays. I became familiar with World Orchid Spa. It's an amazing spa. But I was able to say, Priya, okay, this is the spa that package that I would like to have, because this is great. Like it adds a little bit more to it, and they get a custom flower bath. So if you see something along the way that you would like to customize for your clients, then you definitely work with Cultural Holidays to give them what you found, and then they'll work it into your itinerary as well.
Definitely. If anyone wants to like add any special name or special message or anything, just let me know and we can customize it.
Good deal. For those who have, the spa is 3 hours and we're going to get fed as well. I think I have a video here. You can click on the video on the itinerary and you can see my experience in the food, because it's a restaurant attached to it as well, with some great Balinese authentic food that you can order. We're working on including that. That was one of my RFIs for Priya, because they give us a snack and a drink. And I said, hey, Priya, can we upgrade that to lunch? So that was something that I said, hey, I know what the food tastes like. I would love for them to experience that same good food. So I asked her to upgrade the snack to a lunch. So when you're done with your spa experience, you can go and eat some great food, which is right on site. You don't have to go far to experience it as well. And because these are set up in 3 hour increments, everyone will have like their different time slots, to go to it. Like they may do it depending on the group size, correct, Priya? Depending on your group size,
Yes.
they will break it down into how many people are going to go at this time, how many people are going to go
Yes.
at this time. So,
Generally, 2 people go at a time
okay,
in one room. Yeah.
good deal. And it's based on however many rooms that they have, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole group, if you got 30 people, the whole group won't be going at the same time. It'll be split up. So the
Yeah.
alternate that me and Priya was talking about is you're right there by the beach. Literally, you're right there by the beach. So an option that you can do is you can go to Hot Dog, which is a water activities activities only, right there on the beach, where you can do things like this video clip right here shows underwalking, sea walking. But you can also do parasailing. You can also do jet skiing. You could have, when I say water activities, they got it all right there for you. And it's a short distance from the spa. However, if you want to do this activity, you see right here in bold print, it says optional activity for an additional cost, because Cultural Holidays will provide the transportation for you to get there.
Yes.
Just like she said before, you would just need to confirm with people who would want to do it and provide the names or the amount of people who would want to do it at that time. So this is just another alternate for them to do. But we also have an alternate experience that you can actually do right there in the spa, where you can take a custom Balinese photo shoot. Priya, I said, hey, Priya, if they don't go to the beach or don't want to do the beach day, can we do like the customized photo shoot where they dress up in a Balinese outfit? Absolutely. She curated that and added that to the package. So that's part of it as an option for you to purchase as well. And you can do it while you're waiting on your spa time, or you can do it after your spa time. It'll be totally up to you. But the facility is very nice, where it's content worthy, very content worthy to take some beautiful, amazing Balinese pictures. If you guys saw this one right here, where I'm just like in front. This is the inside of the spa, believe it or not. And this is how beautiful it is. They have trees, they got koi fish, they have, just different things for you to take beautiful pictures in. Okay. Any questions? Okay, I'm checking the chat about the spa. Oh, is it possible to do both? To do both the beach and the spa, or to do
Yes, the
Okay.
beach and the spa. Is it possible to do both?
I would say yes, it is, but it's dependent on the time of they're doing their spa. So like say your spa time is the first 5 people going in that morning, then you have that afternoon.
I'll suggest one thing, Jennae.
Go ahead.
Say that day you will be leaving from Nusa Dua Hotel. So so those who are interested in beach, they can just go to Binoa Beach, which is near to Nusa Dua,
Mhm.
and they can take water activities there. There are various water activities available there on Binoa Beach. So
Then
after having that, we can proceed for the spa. Like in the first half, they can have the beach day. Those who are not interested for activities, they can just relax on the beach. Those who are interested for the activities can take the activities and like do all those things they are interested in doing. And after that, we will take you to a spa. And then when you finish up doing the spa, we will take you to Ubud Hotel. And check-in
Oh,
will be around 4 to 5 p.m. in the evening. So in that way, we can arrange it. It will be easier.
let me make sure I'm understanding. So we could do, well, I should have said, we could do the Balinese pictures and the beach along with the massage part.
No, those 3 things will not be possible in a day. You will have to choose any one from the beach day or from the photo shoot.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Priya. That was good. So everybody understands you have options. The spa day is automatic, right? You're going to be at the spa automatically anyway. But we're so close to the beach, you have that option where you can do the beach as well. But if you want to do the photo shoot, which is right at the spa too as well, we don't have the time to do all of it. We pretty much have the whole day. We check out of that hotel that morning, and then we're going to be transferring to a different hotel that afternoon. So you
Yes,
have that
correct.
type of time block. I think it's about 8 hours that we can work with this particular day. But you have
And
3.
a spa will take up to 4 to 5 hours, maybe more than that, because uh, there are so many people and it will take time. 3 hours each. So
Yeah,
even if we split it, it will take some time there. So we will have to arrange everything according to that.
Is
gotcha.
there a beach? So we're going to, it's other beaches on the other places we're going, correct? Or is this the only place we'll have a beach? That's my question.
So you just want to do the beach, or you are interested in doing water activities.
No, she's
No.
asking for the other hotel. So the Avanya also has a beach. So there's 2 hotels
And
that
Vaya has its own beach, and even the Nusa Dua Beach Hotel has a beach.
Mhm.
Okay, that
So
helps. Thank you.
yeah,
So
yes,
2 of the 3 hotels have beach access.
yes.
All right, great questions. Day 4, Contemini tour, Sacred Monkey Forest tour, Bali Swing, and lunch is included in this tour. Can you speak on this day, which is an all-day tour, correct?
Yes.
All day.
It takes around 11 to 12 hours. So basically we will start from Tirthampul temple. So first when your pickup will be done, we will proceed for Tirthampul temple just for a short time, not like if someone is interested to do purification tour, like many of our clients are interested for that. So that will not be included in the tour. We will just take you there and you can have some time there exploring the temple. And after that, we will proceed for the swing or monkey forest, whichever you like. Generally, we do swing first and then we take you to monkey forest. And after that, we take you to a point where you can see the volcano and have lunch. So kind of that.
And
So doing monkey forest and swings and everything is a bit hectic same day. So nowadays we don't provide sacred monkey forest on the same day, but this one is already included here, so it's going to be a bit hectic.
Mhm. And what she means is like when you have a big group, do not include Sacred Monkey Forest on this day because
Yes.
it says hectic. When we Jay had a small group when she went to when she did her photo shoots. We had over 150 people on the particular tour that I did. And it was so we had like 3 or 4 buses. That's how many people it was. So Jay's experience and my experience were 2 different things. So when you have a big group, the monkey forest we was not able to do it on the same day with our contemporary. We actually had to push it to the next day to do it because we didn't have enough time. We were just able to do the Bali swing and the Mount Batur. And that was enough because everybody was tired. Everybody was tired already because you drive up, you wake up early. It starts early, and then you drive to Mount Batur, which is you can sleep on the bus, but you want to stay up because you want to take pictures of what you're passing. So it's kind of hard. And then you get there right around good time for lunch, and you get to take pictures. And then you come back, and then now you're doing the swing, which again, I said we had over 100 people. So it was a lot of people, plus the people who were already there at the actual swing site to do theirs as well. We got there pretty early, so we didn't have to wait. A lot of people had to wait for us because we were a big group. But in all things, it was great. But again, it took time. And the weather, of course, got warm as well, too. So after that day, a lot of people were like, okay, they were like, do y'all want to do the monkey forest right now? We were like, we want to go back to the hotel. So it is wrong. So what time in the morning do we normally get up so everyone can know how early this day is?
I think around 8 in the morning. If you are staying in Ubud, we do 8 around 8. If you are staying in a different area like Kuta or Nusa Dua, we start at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, that's why we're in Ubud, y'all, so we don't have to do it. All right. So and then like you said,
But this
right.
one is a private customized tour, so we can adjust to 8:30 maximum.
Good deal. I hope you guys capture that. She said, because it's a private tour and it's customized, we can adjust our start times and we'll adjust the start time. You can adjust your start times based off your location.
Yes. Because
Thank
swings takes so much time, so we recommend to start at 8 in the morning, 8 or till 8:30, not later than that.
When coming here to purchase or rent the dresses, is having a credit card, they can use a credit card, or do they have to have cash?
I think cash. They prefer cash, and that's too in their own currency, like
And ID.
Balinese currency.
Mhm. So
Yes.
if you, when we talk about the cash piece, just making sure that you have enough money to go to the different locations. Okay, Candace, go ahead with your question.
My question is about the swing. Is there a weight requirement and even the dresses, is there a size limitation?
Okay. It's for weight limit and for the dress size, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So for the dress, there are, I think, like all sizes are available on Rain because we already have so many groups there and we didn't face any challenge till now regarding the dresses or dress size. And about the weight, I'll have to check exactly like if there is any weight limit or something. I'm not sure about that point, but I'll get it checked for you. I'll just note it down.
Thank you.
And
I got a question.
okay, hold on
Do-
one thing, real quick.
Okay.
To Candace's question, I will tell you that I've seen someone who was about an average, look approximately about 300 pounds. and they were able to do the swing just fine. That her only thing was she was scared of heights, so she wanted to do the smaller swing to not have to go so high. But that's a great question. So I wrote that down in my notes too as well. So thank you for asking that, Candace. Okay, Miss Renette, your question.
I have two questions. So with the swing, are they actually pushing you and you're swinging? Is that what's happening? Or are you sitting on there taking a picture?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you please
I said,
repeat?
so when you get on the swing, are you swinging back and forth like and they push you or I guess it just goes. Is that right? You're not, or if you don't want to swing and you just want to take a picture, is that an option?
I think all options are there. Jenny has been already there, so I think she can explain it better.
So Miss Renette, they're gonna push you. This one right here,
Yes.
if you see this one, I don't know if you, let me help make my screen. I don't think, no, hold on, see if I can.
We can see it.
Okay, so you see the one that has this little flower at the top and I'm posed just sitting still, like above the one that I'm sitting in that nest. That one is a slow motion moving one. And it's kind of stops, but it's a slow motion so they can get the pictures. It's not fast momentum at all. It's like a little thing that they go around and it goes slow motion so you can get some good photos. Now, the other swings are push. They'll push you and then you kind of have a conversation with the person who pushing you. Don't push me too hard. Don't push me too high. I just want to do a little bit so I can take a good picture. And they understand that as well. So it depends on how much exhilaration that you want. Jay, I'm pretty sure you probably went high as the sky, didn't you?
No, ma'am. I do
Really?
not do height. I did there's a swing where you can put like two people on. So, me and another person, we did it together. The high swing, I did not do it. I went up there, they strapped me in, and I was like, no, I'm not a heights person, but everybody else did it. I didn't do it. The higher swing, it's a good push from the top, so that you can get the good picture. So if you're good with heights and all of that, and it doesn't look bad. I'm just not okay with heights and falling and all of that stuff. I'm just not that person. Zip lining, all of that, I don't do it. But they do have different ones. I did do the smaller one though, where they give you a push.
They give you a
And
push.
then some of them are just like you said, the one that you have at the top, you get on and it like takes you out. You're not swinging, but it moves out so that they can take the picture. And then they have like a bed swing that you can sit on. And that one is not being pushed. You just kind of sit on it and you're like out so they can take a picture.
So as y'all notice, most of my pictures are stationary because I'm like, Jay, I don't do heights at all. I didn't even get in the strap. But if you want those people understand, they will strap you in. So you are strapped in, you're secured when you are being pushed out there. It's a little rope and it doesn't mess with your picture so much, but you may see some of it, but they can always at the end, they do take their pictures and you can see their pictures. And so there's things that you can kind of take out of your picture and edit your picture because it's a part of a package. When you get there with the rental, you can also purchase pictures and they'll help you to edit them and select the pictures that you choose at the end. And it's not expensive whatsoever. That's why when I asked about the cash or card, make sure you just have enough cash so that you can pay for these things. And what was your second question, Ms. Renette?
My second question, if somebody just wants to wear their regular clothes and they don't want to do the dress, I think most people probably do the dresses, but if they're not that person, you have people that just wear the regular clothes on the swing.
You see this dress right here that I have on? That's my dress. That's not
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not that person either, so I get it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so any other questions on day 4? We're going to go to day 5. This is the Instagrammable tour, Priya.
Yes. It is also a 12 hours tour. It also takes around 11 to 12 hours, like full day. It starts early in the morning, like 5:30 in the morning, or maybe earlier than that. If your group is comfortable, we can do the pickup around 5 in the morning. And the first stop is the Gate of Heaven, which is Lempuang Temple. So it is basically popular for taking photographs, and people go there for the photography only.
Five
But
in the morning.
there are generally a queue of like 2 to 3 hours. They may have to wait there for 2 to 3 hours, and maybe more than that. It takes a lot of time there.
It does. It does take a lot of
That
time.
that and that's why we start early in the morning.
So the way that it works, when you arrive, you're gonna get a number. The earlier you
Yes.
go there, the lower your number is, the sooner you get to go and proceed and get your day started afterwards. And everyone thinks the exact same way. Everybody thinks the exact same way. I've been twice in different times, and if you want them late bloomers to come, you that by then you really don't have any, but the sun, the setting for the pictures is different. So that also plays a part in it, because during this time, the clouds can roll in and then your background may be a little cloudy, but then there's the time early in the morning where they have the cloud cover, but then it opens up and boom, you got blue skies behind you with a beautiful scenery. So all that plays into a factor as well too. So they say the early bird catches the worm and get the best photos as well. So this is all day. Go ahead, Jay.
So I did this as well, and I didn't know before we got there that we would have to wait. Like I wasn't told that, so I didn't know. But we were there for many hours, and it was more of a gloomy day, so it was probably the coldest day that we had in Bali, and it was total opposite from everywhere else that we went in Bali. It was very, very windy for us, very cold. We was like shivering in our little shawls. But we had to wait for a long time, but they do offer, it's a lot of people inside selling like these other pictures where they'll take you up the hill to another place and you can do take some pictures on their property and whatnot. So we did that just to kind of waste some time, because they was like, you got over our wait. So we did that just to waste some time, and went up the hill, took some extra pictures, and then came back down. And I would want to say, Jennae, and this is probably something that you could tell people, to practice your pose before you get up there, because by the time they call your number, you have like 3 seconds. You wait maybe 3 hours for a 3 second photo, and they're like, okay, go, go, go. They don't give you no do-overs, and you don't get to see what's happening, so you want to practice your pose. So by the time your number gets up, you're ready, you know exactly what you're going to do, and you knock it out.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you, the guides, they know the people who take the pictures. Some of them have a good, better relationship than others, and a better connection. I'm only gonna say because I came on one of the times I came late, but I didn't stay late. How about that? And I was just working. But again, I was solo, I was by myself. So it worked out perfectly in that case. But again, having cash also helps mitigate that, especially with your guy if you're by yourself. This is only if you're by yourself, not with a group, because it won't work. But if you're going solo and you're interested in doing this, or if your clients are going solo as well, then having cash, to have for your guide, that's where the tipping comes in at. You get great things when you tip. You get great service when you tip. There's a difference. But like Jay said, you have other opportunities to take pictures. Your guide will take you to those destinations while you wait as well. And they will also take you to possibly get a rental. You see, guys, if y'all can see this, it's wrong with I have a traditional Balinese attire on that I was able to just rent right there, because my guide took me and was like, hey, would you like to try this? And I was like, absolutely. I think it cost me like $20 or $25. It was very inexpensive. They even put a little flower in my head. It was really neat. So it gives you something to do again while you are waiting. They also have shops there. This is where the cash come into as well. They have shops where you can shop at, get souvenirs and different things like that along the way while you're waiting. And like Jay said, there's a place up the hill you can take pictures, and there's also a place down the hill. This is a content photo creating type of space, so you can maximize the time that you have while you wait to make it not seem like a waste of time, because I capitalized on all the time that I was there. So when it was time for us to go, we were good to go. Miss Candace, what's your question?
Okay, some people don't like a lot of crowds. Is this one of those places that are always very crowded? Or is it able to be on a private, session for you?
Ma'am, I did both with the group with Culture Holidays, and I did it private by myself, and just to see the difference of what you're talking about. And
Generally, it is crowded. Generally,
it's
because we have a lot of group like every day, and if they do this tool, there is always rush and crowded.
It's a lot of people there, but it's not crowded in the sense that people are all around you, like elbow to elbow. It's a wide outdoor space. So there's like, people are just kind of like walking around or whatever, but they're not all up on you. So you have space. They have steps to where you can sit and chill. It's people out there, but it doesn't feel like everybody is like elbow to elbow. Not at all. It's space,
Yes.
so we're not just like breathing down on you.
That's good, Jade. That's
Thank
really
you for
good.
explaining, Jay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for explaining that.
No problem.
That's really good. Also, Jay just had me a reminder because of the walking in space. So there is a little incline. It's not a lot. Even I can do it, right? But I just want to be clear, since we want to talk about, people's abilities, to let your clients know that there is a small incline going up, right? It's not
Yes.
hard. But if they say like, oh, that's not my jam, that's not what I like to do, they do offer where you can get on the back of somebody's moped. They're sitting right there waiting to take you up. You pay them a little change and they'll take you up on the little moped, the little scooter, to the top. And then if you want to do it the same way coming down, they'll have someone that can bring you down. It's not expensive, but this is just something as another alternate if you have clients who don't want to like do that little incline. Okay. As we continue the tour, we're going where else, Priya?
Yes, and after that we will go to Tirtha Ganga, which is also known as Royal Water Palace, and it is also popular for taking photography and koi fish. So basically, people go there for watching koi fish, and then we will take you to the waterfall, which is Tukar Sepung waterfall, or maybe uh, another option is also there. I'll share it with you.
Yeah, when it comes to waterfalls, we got a few of them that they can put into place. And I guess it all depends on the location and where we are and the timing of it. But the point is, you
Yes.
want to have your water shoes and you want to have your bathing suit. You just want to have a change of clothes so that you can get nice little photo ops in the water. Again, we're talking about mobility. The waterfall, depending on which one we go to, some may have stairs. Some may have stairs and then a path to walk. It will be a down. Going down is easy. Going up is a little bit of the challenge part. But just to let people know that they may have a little mini hike, is nothing too bad from the ones that I've done myself. Just again, going up is a whole different story when you got a lot of stairs, just to keep that in mind. But at the end, you got ice cream and you got drinks. So hey, you'll be cool. All right. Okay. So day 6, we're ending our lovely time in Ubud. Now we're going to go to the floating brunch in Kauai. The Kauai, I forget what it's called, Kauai Resort.
It's Kavi, yeah. It's Kavi sorting branch.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
this is kind of an easy day after 2 hard days of all day. This is a relaxing rejuvenation, just, kind of chill, enjoy yourself type of day. About 4 to 6 hours is not long because we're just checking out of the hotel that morning and we're transferring to a different hotel in Kuta that afternoon. But this is kind of just to reset your spirometer. Is there anything additional that you want to add to this, Ms. Priya?
Sorry, I could not hear it.
Is there anything
Actually,
additional?
there is a wedding party in my neighborhood and they are playing loud music. That's a big problem. Even I close my doors and windows and everything, but still there is noise.
Oh my goodness. Oh, going back to real quick, day number 5. Miss Renee, you said what's happening with the fish?
Yes, I didn't hear what y'all said about the fish.
We have koi fish. There's koi fish
Koi fish, yeah.
Mhm. There are koi fish at the palace, at the Royal Water Palace, that you can actually feed, and you can take pictures of them coming to you while they're surrounding you. They're pretty much trained to know where food is and where people are, there is food. So you'll see a lot of them gravitate towards you, which makes for a great photo op.
Okay.
All right, Miss Priya, do you have anything else on the day 6?
I think no.
Okay. Anyone have any questions on day 6?
This is a simple day. Like you will go and have a floating brunch and then back to the hotel.
Back to the
That's
hotel. It's pretty much an easy peasy day. Really.
Yes.
You're gonna need it. It's just like, doing Nasa Panita, then going to the spa, a relaxing day. When you have hard days,
Yes.
you want to make sure you have some less hard days for your clients so that they can actually enjoy their trip and not be like, oh my gosh, that was like a whole thing right there. Like I was when I first did this. All right. The
I have
last.
a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't mean to ask a lot of questions. I'm sorry, but if you have a person, they're just not that person that does a lot. They want to be there, do more relaxing, do some stuff, but not all the stuff. And we're moving from hotel to hotel, so you checking out of the hotel. If that person decides okay, I'm not doing this day, what are they doing? Sitting on the van? How does that work?
Yes, you can skip if you are not interested in doing any particular tour. You can just skip and stay in the hotel if you prefer. So we will arrange the tours for those only who are interested in doing that.
Okay, I just want to know because I know some people kind of don't, they may not want to do everything. All right, so
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
but it's
Price
some
is
days
still the
where
same.
isn't it some days where you leave the hotel, then you go to that place to do the tour. So now they are out of the hotel. That's kind of what I was asking about.
Right. So yes, they do have to check out. There's no negotiation on that. They will have to check out. And so like she said, or like you said, they will either have to sit on the van or you will have to do something different for them if it's in the realms of being in that location, because it all comes down to transportation. And if it's just one person, then that's something that you will have to just, have a conversation with Cultural Holidays about, that you have one person that doesn't want to do that. And then you have to find something alternate so that person won't feel like they're losing their money.
Okay.
Or you can
Thank you.
just simply wait in the car with our guide and driver.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is what people did before, because there were some people who didn't do I think the only like the monkey forest, there were a lot of people who didn't do the monkey forest and they stayed in on the van, or they some of them did get out and then stayed in the restaurant portion of the monkey forest. They didn't go inside the monkey forest.
Okay, that's helpful after the situation I told you about yesterday. All right.
And so like some of these, like right here at the Kauai brunch, there's also places you can shop here as well. That's like right down the hill from it. There's also places where you can do photo ops too. I like the I Love Bali. If you've seen that, they have that as well. So if you want to do the brunch and you're done like brunching, you're like, okay, what else can I do? There's also things around this particular area that you can do. As far as the Instagrammable tour, that's just like one of those things where you sit on the bus, like you sit on the bus because it's one spot to the next spot to the next spot. So say for instance, they want to do the temple that morning, but they don't want to do the waterfall. Then while everybody's going down to the waterfall, then those are the places that they will have to stay on the bus because it's not convenient to go anywhere else. And there's nothing really around there for them to do as well. The other place is the Bali Swing. Mostly everything is at the Bali Swing. So if let's just say they don't want to do the Bali Swing, there is space there. They have a little spot where you can actually eat, you can order food and you can order snacks or whatever, and you can just watch everybody else do the Bali. It's still a beautiful location where you can just have a relaxing time if you don't want to do anything with the swing. So day 4 is one of those things where you can do alternate things for that person who don't want to, but there's just some days where they don't have a choice and they will have to stay on the van, like day 5, that type of deal. All right, leading up to day 7, we're now in Kuta. We're at the Avanya Hotel right now, and the last tour is the Alwuta Temple.
Temple. Yeah. So this is popular for its sunset. It's beautiful sunset and the Kechak dance performance. So basically, we will take you to the temple during evening, where you will be able to see the sunset, and after that there will be a cultural Balinese performance which is known as Kechak dance, and then there will be a dinner on the beach, which will be a seafood dinner only. So if someone is vegetarian or don't eat like seafood or non-veg, we can exclude dinner for them.
And the duration is it's not 8 to, is it 8 to, it's not 8 to 12 hours, is it?
Yeah, sorry.
The duration for this, is it 8 to 12 hours? Is it less?
No, it will take around 6 hours.
Yeah,
It starts in the afternoon, like 2:30 p.m. We will pick you up from the hotel, and it ends around 9 in the evening.
in the evening. Absolutely.
Yes.
And the 2:30 pickup is a good time because there's a lot of traffic going that way. So that way you don't have to be rushing. There is also a 4 o'clock pickup, but I found that the 4 o'clock pickup time was pushing it a little bit because
Generally, we do it around 2:30 or 3 p.m. It's not too far from the hotel, but it's still, it depends on the traffic. So
Mhm.
we do it a little bit early so that you reach on time and you can enjoy the view of sunset.
Of the
Because
sunset,
that is the most popular thing there, to enjoy the sunset
the
from
most
the
popular.
top of the temple. So yes,
It's
so
beautiful.
that's why. Yeah.
And also when it comes to the beach dinner on Jabari Beach, I don't do seafood. So I was that person who did not have that dinner. I did order something different that they were able to accommodate me for, but Priya has a very valid point. It's really for those people who are seafood lovers. They had a great
Yes.
time with the food. But me, non-seafood lover like that, I was like, oh, you won't be getting no chicken strips or no chicken or anything like that.
Yes,
So
there will be challenge in like arranging vegetarian food or anything else, because this is mainly uh, popular for seafood only.
mhm.
So
All right,
that's why we explain it earlier.
good deal. Jay, what's your question?
Well, I kind of wanted to provide a little bit of clarity with this trip because I did it, and like Jennae said, with the seafood dinner, I am actually a seafood person, and I ended up passing on the dinner because I want to explain what kind of seafood it is. We're probably used to like fried fish and shrimp and stuff like that. They don't do shrimp, they do prawn, which is different. It's not fried fish, it's like grilled fish. And I'm not sure what kind of fish it is. It's like octopus and it's different kind of seafood. So I just want people to be prepared for that because we all was like, just, thank you. It looks beautiful, but it's really not our thing. So we kind of just went ahead and left like as a group. We took it's beautiful. So it was the waiters, everybody was so cool. We took some great pictures, but we left like immediately because of that. We just didn't eat that kind of food. And also with just going to this excursion, one thing I would want to prepare people for is like the seating is very tight. They definitely pack you in, and the show is amazing, but sitting on the stone, it could be very uncomfortable for some people. We were doing a lot of shifting, sitting on that stone the way that we were. And for those reasons, that and the dinner is one reason why I took this out of my future itinerary. So that's just one thing to think about. I know some of my older people that would have went, like my mom and them, they kind of would have had a problem like sitting on that stone the way it is for that long period of time. But the show is great. It's great. It's entertaining. It's very funny. It was surprising at points. But those are just some things that you might want to think about.
That's good, Jay. That's really good. Really good. That is really, really good. And of course the monkeys, but we won't talk about them. I already told y'all
I
that.
don't want to. I don't want to talk about the monkeys going to the bathroom
We won't talk
at
about
this place. The monkeys are right over top of you.
Oh, yes.
And I did put in the message, and this is for like all the excursions. I would suggest you all advise your clients always keep some tissue in their bags, because a lot of times when you're out and about at these excursions, they don't have tissues in the bathroom. This when we went to do this, there were no tissue in the bathroom. For here, there was no tissues in the bathroom when we went to Nusa Penida Beach. And I just kept my little pack of tissue in my bag, so I was always good. But I was passing it out to strangers because everybody was like, "Anybody have tissue? Anybody have tissue?" So that's definitely something you want to keep in your bag.
So here's a recommendation for everyone. You know how we have a packing list to go to Bali? When we were having our last conversation about Bali and the things, that you need, like we were talking about the little spray fans and stuff like that, you might want to put together like a little mini tour bag, like, a little tour bag just for them to go on tours, particularly the long day tours, so that they can have everything they need, like the tissue. Possibly if they're coming, having a camel bag, would they fill it up with ice? I think I mentioned that before. And like Jay mentioned, like water fans. So these types of deals where you can actually have a little tour bag with snacks. I know one of our advisors was like, what about snacks? And taking the snacks that the hotel loves to give you, so that you can have some snacks along the way. They have plenty of water to give you water on the guide has plenty of water. So you don't have to worry about a water shortage at all. They have that for you. The only thing is the water may not be cold. It starts out that way. But the ice can melt, and so hence, as you're on the all-day tour, just letting you know that. But Jay just put in the chat, Priya, a good question, because I'm not a seafood person, so I'm so glad Jay said that. But Priya, is it possible to like change the dinner place for that particular tour, or
Yeah.
like do dinner differently?
We can arrange it in a local restaurant there, but say there will be certain extra charges because for these tour for Uluwatu tour, the dinner charges is very minimum. So if we do it at a local restaurant, the charge will be higher. So there may be a supplement charge applicable for that because generally a local restaurant dinner takes around $30, $25 to $30, and with transportation it costs around $40, $35 to $40. So that's the thing, but I'll get it checked with my local team and I'll definitely update you via email, like what options are there.
That would be that was a great question, a great recommendation, Jay. And if push comes to shove, like I said, for the purpose of the travel advisor fam trip was to basically give you that that option to go through it like a client so that you can see the things that like myself and Jay has seen, which may work for your clientele, which may not work for your clientele, and what's good to be able to say, like, I'm not a seafood person, so I know I had to do something, I had to do things differently. So I wasn't even paying attention to what kind of seafood it was. But Jay, being a seafood person, being able to give you that information that is not like the norm, and being able to know that, and you don't have any disappointments, is why you want to do like a fam trip. And you don't really necessarily want to do a fam trip with a big group with Culture Holidays. I told you that first time I had it was three buses and over 200 of us. That was too much for me. I was moving too fast to even retain the information. So I had to do it again, and stay a little bit longer, and did everything over again just for myself, just so I could, get it at a pace that was not as rapid. And then that's when I learned, when we can do these customized trips, we can go with the flow of our group and make it our own, so that we're not in the hustle and bustle and the moving. So if you're doing it for yourself or for your group, these are the reasons why we do the customized trip versus doing it, as a list of people. And this is why we make connections with beautiful people like Miss Priya and Vico to help us out. All right. So everybody,
Might have traveled in our fascinating Bali group.
You said what? Say that over again, Priya.
I think you might have joined our fascinating Bali group previously.
On faith. Yep, I did.
Yeah. There are generally 100 to 150 people on a regular basis.
Yes, I know. Everybody tells me about it. I'm like, yep, that's why. It was great, like I said, for good informational purposes, but just letting you guys know, we've already done that. It's op tempo, so doing your own is so much better. So much better.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay.
We'll have more personalized services and everything.
Absolutely. And just like we just did right now, to take out something, to switch it out for the dinner if we don't want to do the dinner versus doing local. And you might want to even say that could be your farewell dinner, a part of this.
Yes, correct.
We can do a farewell dinner to this. Yes. All right. So going into the FAQs while we wrap this up, thank you guys for your patience and for working with us and going through the questions. Not going to go through all the frequently asked questions, but most of the main ones that come into play is about the visa of Priya. And I know it's $35, upon arrival, where they can get the visa.
Yes.
And the visa is good for 30 days there that you have, and that you'll have this stamp, and make sure not to lose your visa as well. The other one is, can additional nights be purchased? They absolutely can. If you want to add a day on before, or if you want to add a date behind it, you absolutely can. And again, that's something that can be coordinated through Culture Holidays that they can do a pre and a post for you, as well as do the transportation as well. The currency is rupiah. So IDR, credit cards are widely accepted in the hotels and the restaurant and in the tourist areas, but like Priya said before, cash is preferred for smaller.
Cash is preferred, yes.
So cash is what you want to do. And when you're looking at doing cash, you can come into the airport. They have plenty of ATMs. I always recommend ATMs, but they also have plenty of cash exchanges too, as well. As soon as you come out of customs, they're right there for you to get. Jay, which one do you prefer, ATMs or cash exchanges?
I prefer the ATM.
I do too. I prefer the ATM. They just work when it comes to me, when I've done a comparison between the two and the fees, ATMs pretty much work. And most times with your bank, if you have like a bank that doesn't charge you for foreign currency, it comes into place as well. So it was cheaper for me using my ATM card and fees versus going through the exchange.
Yes,
I would
that's
just
a fact.
advise for people to
Currency
let their
exchanger
bank
will
know.
charge you more.
Go ahead, say that over again, Priya.
Yes, if you do a currency exchange there, they'll charge you more.
And what were you saying, Jay?
I was saying just before you go on the trip, to let your bank or your card company know that you can schedule that if you have like the apps for your bank. You can put on there that you're going to be traveling to this specific destination, because I know sometimes when I try to use my credit card, like when I was in Egypt, my bank wasn't working for me to pull money out. It was like a fraud alert. I had to get on the phone with them and do all of these other things. Even though I put that into my app that I was going to be traveling, sometimes they just flag it anyway. So just kind of be aware of that. So I always carry some cash with me just in case. And then, but I do go straight to the ATM and try to pull money out.
Absolutely. Good, good, good. And the last question, what is the dress code for visiting temples in Bali? Again, you guys can look at this. You actually can have the copy and look at this, but visiting temples, dress modestly, cover your shoulders. Jay had mentioned it before on one of our Zooms, and your knees, and wear some sarong and a sash. You can rent these at the temple entrances, or sometimes they give, most of the time they give them to you for free, honestly. You can also purchase, like I purchased mine the last time I was there. I went ahead and purchased it because I was like, I'm going all the time, so I might as well just have my own. So I actually have my own sarong, and I actually have my own outfit to go to temples. So you can do that as well, or you can purchase your own sarong on Amazon. If you want your own little outfit beforehand, you can do that as well. Go ahead, Candace.
I think I might have missed it. I'm not real sure, but when you're are you saying that we have to have physical cash to make purchases there, or we can't? Are we not able to use like a card or something? I understand we have to have cash for like tips and getting extra little amenities, but like if we're shopping.
Right. So it depends on where you're at. Credit cards are accepted in hotels, restaurants, and the tourist areas of the shops. But mostly
Okay.
where we're going, a small cash is really preferred
Okay.
in their areas. Absolutely. Because if they start saying they want a cash, they're not gonna have a cash. I mean, they're not gonna have a card machine for you. But the good thing is there's ATMs everywhere. So if you don't have the cash, you sure can go get it. That's for sure. All right, and everybody knows this is our travel advisor rate that's inside of here. And the commission, I think, is 15%. Yeah, it is 15%, I think. It is 15%. And I think the thing come in 15% of $13.95, I believe, was $200 and maybe some change. But anyway, you guys get that back. You guys, okay, hold on. Priya's gonna check. But while she's checking, you guys get that commission back to you.
It's $210.
$210. So you guys get that back to you once cultural holidays do once we make our payments to cultural holidays and everything.
Once the trip is completed, we will process the commission to your host agency.
And then that's when everybody will be able to get their
Yes.
$210
Exactly.
for you guys. So again, don't be thinking Jennae making no money off of this, because I is not. This is only for your information, to have people to go with you on the trip if you don't want to go by yourself, and be able to have a custom trip with collaboration where it's a small group of travel advisors that's going together, where you can actually get more questions answered. You can also take advantage of this opportunity with the hotels by doing site visits at the hotels. We can also work that into the place when you have that time off. If that's one of the things that you want to do, is like do an hour site visit around the property of the hotel that we're staying at, you absolutely can have that opportunity to do so. And I strongly encourage you to do so, because the more information that you know for your clients, the better it is for you to sell this particular trip and this product, basically. On the side of the water beach, this will be my first time going. Priya didn't have to ring my she didn't have to hurt my arm about it, but because it's right next to the hotel that I normally go to, which is the Westin.
Yeah.
And they're all
It's a beautiful property, Nusa Dua Beach Hotel. You will like it.
And so one thing I can say about Cultural Holidays, they do not fail when it comes to their hotels.
Definitely.
I got bars, y'all. They do not fail when it comes to their hotel, but they don't.
Mhm.
All their hotels have been absolutely amazing from all the trips that I've been on with them. So I definitely, I definitely would believe that this one is going to be just as amazing. So I look forward to viewing this property and doing a site visit on this property when we go. The Stala, these are the pictures from the Stala. Like, this is real world. Like, this is what it looks like for real, for real. And it's a nice property in a great location. I explained to you guys how it really is when it compares to the other hotels. I like to say it's a 3-star, 4-star level to give you guys what,
No, it's a 5-star. It's a Marriott property. The small
right.
rooms are Marriott
It's
and
a
five
5-star.
yes.
But I want to give them the context of a 5-star in comparison to the Vanya to the south.
Okay.
So I want
Okay.
because I don't want y'all to be like, oh my gosh, this is different, but they're both 5-stars. Okay. So for like
Yes.
they're all Marriott properties. So to put it in context for you, the Sala is like, I would say a Courtyard, or like even like an IHG Holiday Inn type, of hotel, a clean, nice, where you're going to get a great bang for your buck, but beautiful locations because of the views and the staffing that you do. You also can do a floating brunch here if you want to do an impromptu and you just want to do a content thing. They can actually, for additional, they can do a little floating brunch for you here. I actually did that too as well. If you like this infinity pool right here and you like the bridge in that background, you can do that kind of thing there here. But just to give you the context of what this hotel is like in comparison to what we're here in the States. Also in comparison to the Vanya, when you get to this resort, it is absolutely a 5-star resort, hands down. Beautiful resort, like very luxury, very, very luxury. I would say the style is like moderate, but this is like luxe right here. And then I can't wait to see where the Nassau Beach Hotel falls in at. But again, great hotels and all of them. Now, and on here, you guys actually, I think there's videos. So each one, you can have a video clip of each one of these hotels. I think about 3 or 4 minutes long, that you can actually see the film footage for each of these hotels. So you can actually get a good view of what it looks like, that you can also use for your clients. Okay. All right. Let me look at the chat and I'm gonna go back to one of the questions. Okay. Miss Lamanda said, because I want to make sure I go back to her. She said, when in Bali, is Cultural Holidays available to clients? They may have questions or an issue with the trip, and how would they get in contact?
Definitely. Our guide will be always there and he will be in touch with you guys. And we create a WhatsApp group with you. So if there is any concern or any inconvenience, you can reach out to us in that group. And apart from me, my other team members will be there. And if I'm not available to reply or respond to you, then my other team member will do. So that's not a problem at all. We will be there for you.
It definitely isn't a problem, honestly. They are there 24/7 all the time
Yes.
to get with Jay. Jay can even
Our
speak on it.
notifications are always turned on.
Jay can even speak on it. I mean, we be blowing them up in WhatsApp, just because they're there and have the information that we need for any questions. So that is a great question, Lamanda. So if you have clients, it's like, this is why, like, if you're not able to go on a trip, for example, but you want to have your clients to have a good experience and have that trust factor in there, this is where it comes into place for you to be able to have people that's on the ground for you to actually work it and be able to help your clients out. Okay, you guys, that's the end of what our Q&A was, going over the itinerary and answering any questions. If you guys, anyone have any more questions, if you do, come off the mic or put in the chat. I'm currently simultaneously downloading the guide for you so that you can have the Bali guide that will open for you versus the one that I sent that did not open. My apologies for that too. Any questions? Okay, Miss Priya, I'm going to let you go, and I'm thanking you so much for all the information you shared with us this morning and this evening your time. We truly appreciate it. If you guys want to reach out to Priya, if you want to put your contact information in the chat, that will be good for them. Or whatever
You can
contact.
simply share my WhatsApp number with them. That's
Okay.
totally fine. You have it, so you can share it with them.
Thank you for giving me permission. Yoo-hoo. All right, I will definitely share that,
Well,
guys.
special thanks to you and Jay. You both explained it really well because you have been already there in Bali. So really, many thanks for that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Priya, you take care. You can go ahead and jump off, and we're going to close out with the do outs that I'm going to give them your number and everything. But thank you so much.
My pleasure. And thank you so much.
Okay,
Have a good day, guys.
you too, sweetheart.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. I will drop her information in the chat for you guys.
Definitely do that. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. All right, and then I'm going to, if y'all don't see me on the screen, that's because I'm over here in the Bali guide. About to make this link for you guys to put in here. Okay. All right, so let me go in, and then I'll share Miss Priya's number with you as well. Bit.ly. Did that help some of you guys, or were you okay with that? I wasn't sure to do a whole presentation because I didn't know exactly who actually were Bali specialists, and they do that same presentation through Culture Holidays, where you can, log in and become a Bali specialist through them. And they also send you the presentation as well. I actually just remembered where Vikil sent me the presentation to. I have to see if I can pull it up on WhatsApp. But I hope that this was good for you. Just let me know if it was advantageous, so we might can, do it in the future again. Bali Advisors updated.
This was really good, Miss Jennae, because a lot of questions that I had about, a lot of these tours that we have through Culture Holidays, this answered those questions.
Oh, good deal.
I appreciate it a lot.
Awesome. Those were some great questions you asked about the weight too. That was awesome. I know one of the questions was about the clothes, and the clothes is like mostly can fit, but the swing, that was a really good question.
Yes, because I'm tall and big. And I want to get up there. I'm not scared of heights, and I want to get up there. And I want to swing.
You will be fine. When I tell you I seen bigger, 300 pounds, and she was loving life, honey. Okay. She was loving life. Okay, I just got the guide that I'm gonna put in here. Please let me know if you guys can open up this one, or if you can't. Definitely let me know if you can. Anybody? Somebody?
Yes, it opened for me in Adobe.
Okay, good deal. This is also the link for the actual trip that we just went over. And then I'm going to put Priya's number in here. And I'm going to check one more place that Mr. Vickels, I believe, sent a lot of the presentation and stuff for Bali in my WhatsApp. That's where I did not check. So let me make sure. Check that. And I might have the actual presentation for you guys. Oh, no, that was Dubai. No, nope, here it is. I am about to put in, I knew I had it. I'm sorry, I just thought where it was. I'm gonna put the Bali webinar actually in there that actually Mr. Vickels did. It's a smaller video that you can use. Yeah. Okay, so I think I can do two. Okay, I'm gonna send that video out. I have to I'm gonna have to put it on a link so that I can drop it in here so that you can have that video that they did for Bali. Okay, and now I'm gonna put Priya's number in there and then that'll be it. Okay, here you go. Let's see. Okay, here is her number. Nine, 3, 5, 4, 5, 1, 0, 8, 7, 5. Okay. 9, 1, 9, 3, 5, 4, 5, 1, 0, 8, 7, 5. And this is Priya with Culture Holidays. Okay, that is the number for Miss Priya for Culture Holidays. Again, if you have any, we do Dubai and we do Greece, and this is who I work with for all the trips. Her and Mr. Vickels are the two people that I work with. Jay works with another young man. I forgot his name, and I think she's gone already. Who he is, but she works with another young Jay. You're still here. Okay. Jay,
Yeah.
who's the guy that you work with?
What is his name?
Akesh?
Not you work with who?
Vickels. Vickels.
No, hold on. I can tell you his name 1 second. Give me a second. But normally, and he is the operations manager.
Mhm.
So I was dealing with him, but I still deal with like one of their reps. It's like if I gotta go above a rep, then I deal with him.
That's it. That's the same way. So Vickels is the same way. Vickels is over all the customer relations. I think he's the VP right now. He got promoted. So he's the vice president. And so I only go to him if something's just really not working out. But Priya is the go-to rep that I deal with everything on a regular basis. So again, we got layers to this thing right here. So again, if you are booking with Culture Holidays, again, we got it worked out. The commission is 15%. If you have trips that you find that you can piece together that are cheaper than their actual prices that they already have, that just means you just got to do the work. Where I showed you, we go on Beds Online, or we go to Viator Advisor, or whatever you want to call it, and we piece together excursions and then piece together the transfers in it, and it comes out to be a better price. Then guess what? Well, you can work with it. So the next one for 2026, again, I'm going to send Priya the opportunity to meet the 2026 price that we already got, which has been locked in with a local that's doing the transfers, all the excursions and everything that you just saw for $400 per person. And then the cost for that, then the Sidewalk Hotel, the Stala, and for the Avanya ranges about $750 to $800 per person. So you guys do the math, let's just say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's $1,200 right there for all the excursions, all the transfers, all the accommodations, right? $1,200. Then you add your insurance to it, travel insurance, which is $200 about average, right? That's about $1,400. Now keep in mind the actual commission from the hotels is roughly about $180 to $200, so about the same. And Kit, that's who I was looking for. Yep. So Jay worked with and Kit, who is just like Priya, who does like the day-to-day and move. And Kit, I think, is a little bit better because and Kit's been to Bali. I don't think Priya has not been to Bali. So it's just, it's just like everybody else. Not all their reps go to the locations. It just varies. Some do and some don't. And some haven't been at all. But when you're looking at $1,400 right there for your trip with a $200, and that's what you're paying as a travel advisor. Well, $1,395 right now minus your $200 that's coming back to you. That's about $1,200. So basically being able to get the same price for your clients as we pay as travel advisors is the golden thing. Like, so that's what I'll be working with Priya on for 2026 to see if she can do it with Culture Holidays, because I will tell you, having it, not piecing it together is easy when you can just go to one supplier and one supplier has to be able to do it. But again, being able to go to the locations and make connections with individuals that's on the ground still will be able to have you to do exactly that, except for now you're just going to be working with two suppliers, the hotel supplier and the transportation and tour company. All right. So it's just a little extra work, but not too much where it still won't get more bang for your buck. And if you want to upcharge, you still have wiggle room because you're now at $1,400. Have anybody seen a price to go to Bali for 8 days, 7 nights with insurance and all the accommodations and excursions in for $1,400? And this is a serious question because this is how we do a SWOT analysis to see what our threats are as far as our competition. Has anybody seen it cheaper than $1,400?
No.
So that means we're doing good. And there should be because that's be the feedback. It's like everybody's selling Bali. Y'all know it. Everybody is selling Bali. It's one of them destinations, which is why I think the prices on the tickets are going up. The airfare is going up because it's becoming a very popular destination, or is a very popular destination. But the minute you guys find something that's below the $1,400 threshold, by all means, let's look at some things, but that's the cost point right now that people have to beat and make sure it includes a lot. Like I've seen tours where they have photography and stuff like that. That's you see all the photo options that you have within this same package right here. It's still not going to break the bank for having those options of those opportunities as well. But the biggest things, what I don't normally see is people having travel insurance already built inside of the package point. That's one thing I have not seen. So again, you're offering that extra that makes you different from all the other competitors, that makes you that super duper travel producer. So Jay, thank you so much for your insight, girl. I think I want to go ahead and add you to the team so we can be doing this for the future for the Bali trips. Yep. I just threw her on there. She didn't know it was coming.
My Bali trip is nowhere near your price. My Bali trip is a lot more.
But I want you to speak on that though. So again, we'll do this again. I'm gonna get with Jay on the side because again, she has that knowledge and she has changed the trip. So I want you guys to look at it at a different perspective as well and different opportunities, because again, your trip is your trip to make it the way that you want to. I just put it out there because if y'all don't know what my vision is, being a single mom at the time when I first started travel, I had three boys at the time. And I didn't think I could afford to go on any trips, period, until my best friend showed me that there was a way through Black Travel Movement. I give my boy Reggie his props, where I learned how that you can go on trips and make payment plans and be able to go to different destinations. So it really doesn't matter what the price point is, as long as you can make payments on it. But I also had a different vision for more of our melanin people, just in general, to be able to travel and not break the bank as well, to think that it's not affordable. So really wanting to help them remove the excuses of what's been holding them back for getting that passport stamp. But again, different trips, different strokes, different folks. I love seeing what Jay has done with her trip as well, and the different things that she does. So again, I want her to be able to bring that limelight and her experience of just by being able to go to Bali to add to the flavor, so you guys can also see alternate choices. Sound fair?
Would you want me to show it? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. When I'm gonna want you to show it when we when you like on a Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So it don't conflict with your schedule already. So already on a Wednesday where you can showcase it so that they can see what that looks like. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay. Any other questions? Any alibis? I got to get ready for travel party now. All right. You guys have an amazing rest of your Super Saturday. Thanks for showing up. Oh, one more shout out to Miss Yvette, y'all. She hit bronze builder.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That was
Congratulations.
her banner coming up and being posted. So she is now a bronze builder. So congratulations to you, Miss Yvette. And thank you all again for showing up for your success. And make sure you share, this trip is not just exclusive to our team. If you know other travel advisors who want to go and be a part of the a fam for travel advisors for this May, share it with them. I'm not opposed to anybody else that's not on a team going. So you can share. Somebody asked me that question the other day, so I needed to make sure I tell you guys that. So yeah, anybody who's a travel advisor can come. It's not a problem. They just got, the credentials just got to be proved by Cultural Holidays, and y'all know how they do that with ACHG. They have to be registered with them, and that's how they usually run it. All right. I will make sure I send her the information to make y'all sub agents so that you guys can see, because that was something that I learned today out of my notes, to do that for each trip. I thought I only had to do it one time, but each trip. All right. Good day.